James Murphy, tell me something great. Happy Monday, everybody. We're going to talk today a little bit about motivation, but let me do this first. What I want to do is give you a little bit of an update here on where we are with the race. It's been 35 straight days I've been running now. It's been a great journey here. And over the 35 days, I've passed 5,692 other runners as I've come from the back of the pack here. I've logged a total of 285.2 miles in the race across Tennessee, and I'm about 45% completed of the whole journey. And my estimated completion date is August 24th, and I have until, of course, August 31st to finish the race. So pretty excited about that. And we're talking about motivation and how coaching tools and how does a person stay motivated. And what's really interesting is if you talk to most successful people, they tell you one simple thing, which is if you ask them, hey, what makes you successful? Like, why you versus somebody else? And they, like, if you ask football, soccer players, they usually say something like, well, I just stayed on the field just a little bit longer than everybody else. And as I was thinking about that in regards to motivation today while I was out running, I'm like, what mile really matters? I mean, I'm supposed to log an average 5.1 miles a day. And I was thinking, the only goal that matters, or the only mile that matters, is that 0.1 of a mile that I do after the average. So it's that tenth of a mile between 5.1 to 5.2. And the reason for that is I found one simple motivation in all of these numbers that I just gave you, which is I just want to pass one person a day. And in order to do that, somebody's going to be doing the average, right? Just what they have to do to get to the end. And so I just need to do that little bit extra, stay on the field longer than everybody else. So the only mile that matters is that little tenth of a mile from 5.1 to 5.2. That's the interesting thing about compounding. There's been a couple books written in the last couple of years about compounding, but most people will take short-term pleasure in lieu of long-term pain, instead of short-term pain for long-term pleasure. And when they do that, the psychology of that is they kill themselves when it comes to integrating this law of compound effect. I went from 2 miles slogging around a track, 60 pounds overweight. I was 240 pounds back in college. I walked a mile, then I ran 1 more mile. I was like, great, I can do 3 miles. I went from that to, I think you know the story, 35 years later now or so, or 30 years later. I don't want to age myself. No, 25 years later. About 30, whatever. I've done 26 marathons, about 24 half marathons, and 7 ultra marathons, and now these crazy races. I would have never even thought that was within the realm of possibility for me. So when it comes to motivation, sometimes you just pare it down to that one little bit that you're going to commit to do a little bit more than the average of all your competition. That 1/10 of a mile from 5.1 to 5.2, because I don't care about the 5.1, I only care about the 5.1 to 5.2. And I set my minimum goal of just passing one person a day. And over the course of 4 months, that compounds, that grows, and I'm going to way overachieve my goal. So continue to run your race, take that psychology, make it work for you, please, integrate it into your life, take a different action. Today matters. Don't bullshit yourself. Today matters. What you do, that one tiny little action, it matters because all you have is today. So tomorrow you take one more tiny action. You take one more tiny action. You do just a little bit more than the guy or the gal next to you, than the average, and you will achieve results. But you don't focus on everything up to average. You focus on that little bit that puts you a little bit over the top, and that's what makes you special. That's what makes you an achiever, and that's what makes you successful. So take care, keep running your race, do that little bit extra. I'll be celebrating that 1/10 of the mile tomorrow too, and passing that one person. I know you can too. Talk to you soon.